All nothing, nothing but much bliss and prosperity. Much bliss and prosperity. But man, this topic though, man, I'm gonna tell you before we talk about this topic, I had to uninstall a lot of apps on this iPhone XR because it would just literally take up so much space. Like, because I have a 64 gigabyte, so it's like me having to
Wow.
share talented shit and like some Cosmo talks, like from Facebook to YouTube and all that stuff. It would take up so
Right.
much space. So I had to use iCloud stuff like this. Then I had to think about March 1st. And like shit, I gotta make sure I have at least enough stores to get this done on March 1st and everything. So it's
Right.
like I had to clear all that stuff up though, man. It's been something else though. But, but it's a good topic though, soulless being exposed, for the shunning that they do and all that stuff. Like, I'm gonna touch up on a lot of this stuff, man. Shit, how you been?
Yeah. I've been all right. I've been all right. I was wondering how I got invited to it because I don't remember having a conversation with you, but I saw the topic and it being really interesting. I'd like to know what you know.
Right. Yeah, see, the last time I was on the show with you and the other friend, and like, everybody was like, it was like a talent show, I think. I think it's a talent show comedy, and
Right.
and like I was the last person that like sung on there.
Right.
But like shit, it's been like a long time since I used like stereo and everything. But I don't really be on here like that. I usually just be on like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube a
Um,
lot, posting there.
right.
But man, I'm telling you, we can get into it right now, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, tell me what are your thoughts when you created this show and why me? That was my first thought. Like, why me?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like, you know, I just like pick like random select folks on stereo, like whoever accepts can accept. Stereo works way different from like any other social media. Like you can't just go on stereo and just start talking because
Right.
it requires the other person to do it. Because I'm so used to talking by myself, having other people like on a podcast, like that's pretty much still fairly new to me. But like far as
Um,
like but I'm used to like talking to people like where we all cam up and stuff like that. Cause I did that a lot before.
right.
So like, I just so it was like so you just happen to be the random select.
And look
And
at that. And I agreed.
but man though, I'm telling you, man, like when it comes to the soulless beings exposed, man, like you think about the false collective programming that they have, like, with this so called like, false enlightened indoctrination on the
Right.
masses. And it could because I recently just talked about this like in like all forms on YouTube like back to back. I recently just got in on the like the difference between the woke folks, which is the slave owners, the draconians who run the matrix, the ones
Um,
who created all these soulless agendas and they don't get in trouble for it. So the way they shun the masses is by giving them this artificial duality or artificial good, with the false movements, and then like as far as like fraternity and fucking like false skin color movements, and then you got fucking new age, new age spirituality, and then with the old age spirituality, you know, with the reflection thing, then they go back to the Jehovah shit, and then, all that stuff is like created by the draconian slave owners. The folks who just like shadow ban a lot of the talented shit on social media. They shadow ban a lot of the soulful, deep, intelligent talks on social media. They shadow ban the genuine love on social media. Like these slave owners, these soulless beings, they basically shun a lot of the soulful beings by shadow banning a lot of shit that the soulful, intelligently, emotionally advanced beings be unleashing from from their presence, their divine presence in the multiverse and everything too. That's what I found pretty damn interesting when I thought about like ever since I was going to school and stuff like that, and I was like, damn son, like they ain't letting us like be in tune with our ultimate divine selves, They ain't letting us be able to just be true, like, to our own powers, and like, so we can like really make a dang positive. I'm gonna say make a soulful evolution to the multiverse, evolution freedom, because the whole point, the soulless beings, aka the slave owners, the draconians, and the men in black aliens, their whole motive is you see, they basically indoctrinate they usually indoctrinate they illuminate by indoctrination. The soulful beings, we illuminate by genuine love, genuine intelligence, something that's coming from within, the intuition. And it's just like, man, like that shit is just that like you got two different type of illuminators, in the multiverse, which is the draconian slave owners who create all these organizations.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, because I just spoke about the illuminators on YouTube recently, the difference between them, like the soulful beings, the way we illuminate, you know what I'm saying? Because we heard about the word Illuminati since like 2000s, you know. So like the thing is the word illuminate, the word Illuminati really is like a cover up to not call the slave owners like narcissistic draconians and men in black, because if their identity was found out, you know, they literally would be in some heat, so they had to use the cover up with Illuminati to not get caught by anything they do, you know. So it's like, when you think about illuminate, the soulful beings, the way we illuminate, we usually use like, soulful vibration, like word soul magic, and lucid dream magic, because of these draconian slave owners. They literally did so much shunning, to the point they subliminally shunned by having us use words we ain't supposed to be using, that we thought that was harmless, but it's actually harmful. And it's like, damn, we got so much unplugging to do. you know and it's like, man, like, because I know, like, man, ever since I've been like, really tap in more with like the word spells and the vibrations with them, I'm like, shit, man. We got like, it's like the soul family just got locked in, because I can tell you this for sure. If a lot of the soul family from all across the angel number multiverses was to tap in and tune in with each other in physical presence, a lot of infinite healing will be occurring much quicker than it is due to telepathic long distance, you know. And it's like, so like, for what soulful beings doing now, they're using this angel number multiverse platforms, like from stereo, any other social medias out there, to connect with more soulful beings, so that way when it's time to like physically link up all at once, we see all of our soul family from all across the universes, from universe 1 to universe 21, universe 55, and all of the above. Everybody, every soul family gonna be lit out here, and they gonna be like, shit, we all know the business, we all know what to do with each other now, because we all in physical presence. Like, we gonna perform the infinite healing that we was striving to do, since we was taught about telepathic long distance and shit like that. So it's like, everybody's gonna be, all the soulful beings, they're gonna be able to have their divine connections that they've been desiring for so many years, and for eternity of eons. And it's like, these soulless beings, aka the slave owners, you know what I'm saying? They try to have our health be fucking so empty. They try to make our health be so empty by trying to keep the soul from being so far, like, disconnected on social media. So if a soulful being posted some talented shit, or spreading some genuine love, or talking some cosmo talks, about so many things, like alchemy, fucking aliens, talking about how we are living legend ancestors and shit like that, or even going as far as like, bringing up new words, talking about we are the ancestors, and it's like, that scares the slave owners, man. That scares them so heavy, man. They be shaking in their boots, man. They be terrified. I'm telling you, boy, like, They don't be ready for what they don't be ready for what a God star, the goddess be ready to bring. I'm telling you
Right.
because like man, I'm gonna tell you what the slave owners do too. They are so slick and so much of a shunner. They even know how to. They even go as far as like try to run YouTube, try to shadow ban talented stuff. Because I can tell you, I know a lot of soul family of mine that probably got some talented stuff out there right now. Probably got some genuine love videos out there right now. And I probably wouldn't even know about it unless I had to go to their page manually to see what it is. And they probably had this shit like 5 years ago, and I could have used that shit 5 years ago. You see,
Mm,
I'm telling you, man, it's because of sofa beans, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much of a threat to the draconian slave owners because the sofa beans, we spread so much genuine love, which is some that the slave owners are afraid of. They don't want that shit to the masses, especially on planet Earth. You know, for this particular planet, Mother Gaia Earth, they don't want that genuine love out there. They don't want that genuine talent. They don't want that genuine deep talk that help a person, challenge themselves to, evolve their intelligence or just to get back to their divine self, you know what I'm saying? A singularity, because, that's what a lot of soulful beings do, man. You know, man,
right.
that shit is brilliant though, man. That shit is brilliant, like when soulful beings like connect. But like, man, when it comes to these soulless beings, these Dracos, man, they be the types to like the same people who like teach y'all who would try to teach the masses, all of these like false indoctrinations be the same one who will like, troll in the comments or try to like get, soulful beings pages disabled on social media, where it might be Instagram, Facebook, even try to get folks banned on stereo and stuff like that because they're the
Mhm.
same people, man. I be peeping game, man. I be peeping game. It's kind of
Mhm.
like the two. It's kind of like the character Two Face from Batman. Slave
Right.
owners try to be heroes to the public, talking about, oh, we're gonna do this for the people, man. We're gonna make sure it's healthy water. We're gonna make sure we're free. We won't have to slave. You won't be slaves no more. Let's put shit. A lot of folks still slaves out here. You know, slaves by the money. you know, folks will do anything to the point that they'll literally kill another person for goddamn money and shit. But these same slave owners, the Draconians, the fucking Mazareks, and the Mazarek is spelled Mazarek, and then you got
Mhm.
the fucking Deros, which is spelled Deros. It's some good feeds, and you know what I'm saying. It's some good feeds that everybody gonna tune in when they tune into this live, baby. You know, and these are like one of the things that I get so really intense. Like when it comes to like speaking upon these soulless beings, these slave owners, like calling them out on their BS that they have done for so many years. I tap into like the divine masculine energy, tap into the warrior energy to just go in, just get on
Mhm.
them for all the trouble they cause. You know what I'm saying? It's like damn son. It's like these same Draconians who say they're for the citizens, the masses will create a fucking fraternity to fucking like have us to have try to have the masses sell themselves out, to go against divine self, to basically follow the way of the reptilian, the way of the draconians and the fucking bellatrix. The bellatrix are like the minion warriors of the draconians, you know and they used to destroy a lot of they destroyed the felines home planet, which is like, 162 light years away from Earth. The felines, the cats that we see on Earth, like their home planet is like 162 light years away. And it's the reason why, when I see the felines or to see the pelicans or the swans or any type of bird breed out there or any feline breed, you know what I'm saying, or any animal species
Mhm.
that's like of the benevolence, they basically communicate with me and like, and share like, each different animal shares some different insights. Some share combat abilities, like the rabbits, for example. When they tell me about these soulless beings and everything, these soulless or draconians and everything, especially tell me about the invisible people, which the invisible people are basically like to try to like, you know, do a lot of game stalking and stuff like that. The rabbit species, they connect me to the anthropomorphic race, their anthropomorphic counterparts, and they's like, you know, damn son, you know, like the rabbits, you know, they basically send a lot of genuine love energy because like that's what rabbits give off, you know. You know, that's just what the type of vibe they give off. And some felines they share the genuine love energy. Some felines, you know, they share the warrior energy, which is like the leopards or the lions or the panthers or some what have you. You know what I'm saying? But that'd be a whole lot of free game about the anthropomorphic alien races of the cosmos. You know what I'm saying? I'll be picking up a lot of signs, you know, and it's crazy too, man. And this is gonna be a good one right here. That's gonna prove a lot of points. You notice how the draconian slave owners, you know, like, you know, here's the thing they do. You know, the only time on planet Earth, the only time these human extraterrestrial males can ever, you know, speak their piece, it has to be in an indoctrinated form. You know, they can't express themselves in the you know originality divine self form, otherwise they're gonna be shunned upon, you know what I'm saying? Because the draconian slave owners, you know, they have these male, all the presidents have been males. The reason why, because they're trying to keep people you know, trick, even though they might let the human extraterrestrial women, you know, probably speak their piece on both. And for the females, for the human males and the human females, the only way they can speak their piece, it has to be in indoctrinated form. Because imagine if the human females is like speaking the same way I'm speaking, you know, going in on the draconians, they want to silence her the same way they would do that with the human males. If he talking the same stuff I'm talking about, they will try to silence him because when you speaking upon that stuff with the Rothschilds and the Bold family and the Rockefellers, the Omega PSI, the Sigma, the Alpha, the Zeta, all these fraternities, it's like all linked. You know, that's basically like the children of the so-called draconian brotherhood or motherhood or grandfatherhood, you know, of the demon aliens. They'll try to take those minions out, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who's affiliated with them. But it gets real deep, you know what I'm saying? Because I can only tell you, just imagine if Chris Brown was to speak upon the same stuff that I spoke upon straight to the people on Twitter or YouTube or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they basically gonna try to shut him down because that's a lot of information talking about, oh, we are the divine beings of singularity, talking about we are the god stars, we're the goddesses and stuff like that. You know, or you know, seeing somebody like Doja Cat, you know, Doja Cat or fucking Beyonce or whatever, saying some shit like, you know, we are here to, like, you know, put an end to the demon slave owners. You see, if they spoil the true identity of these draconian slave owners, they gonna have to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just they just doing too much. You see, but man, I'm telling you, man, that's my part on the joint. You know what I'm saying, man? Like shit. How you feel towards these you know, soulless slave owner beings?
Yeah, I feel like they are definitely everything you said. They are detrimental to our society. So, how did you learn about this?
Man, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. Like basically, just seeing stuff around me, like everywhere I go, like just studying other individuals and seeing how different auras, like, you know, react to certain things, like within the matrix on our planets and our multiverses. You know what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
how I basically learned about it. I learned about it by seeing how other auras were when I was going to school and everything. And you know, I told myself, like, you know what, I'm gonna make a soulful evolution. I'm gonna bring freedom and peace back to all the universes, not just the universe where Earth is. You know, that's when it all start coming to me, and all the soulful individuals, you know, that's on the same type of, that's like my soul family, like they come from the same ancestry line as me. they gravitate to me, and like everything just been rock steady. It's just been like a whole straight line from there. And I just
Mm,
like, started like, going with self, did doing like research of what I can within myself, you
right.
know, even if I could not find the stuff on Google, because I ain't gonna count on Google for a lot of stuff that me and my soul family have, like, expressed from intuition and things like that. But it's an interesting journey how like I came across this type of things. Like a lot of stuff to me just came from intuition, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like my all seeing mind, heart, and soul be just seeing things that, a lot of folks, a lot of the I'm gonna say like the average Joes and average Janes, like the typical people you see that just go with whatever convenient. I can basically see things what they cannot see. But, like in due time, in the 21st century, you know what I'm saying, the same folks who went with whatever convenient, they're gonna be like, yo, man, the soulful beings, that was putting this on blast and spreading genuine love and spreading the talent. Shit, they was right the whole time. That's what's gonna be happening, man. I can't wait for that day to come to see how the slave owners just made themselves look like fools by trolling on social media, trying to disable accounts that are like, very soulful, and try to like indoctrinate the masses, breaking universal laws with their crap, man. It's interesting, man. It's
Right.
interesting for real though, man. Like, just imagine though, I'm gonna tell you this too. And like we be having like we all have some type of biological relative that be having some divine intelligence, you know what I'm saying? That be having some divine intelligence, some divine genuine love, talent, all that stuff, and they just like, be the one to they be the one to like, destroy this narcissistic slave owner curses in our universes and things like that.
Mm,
And it's like shit, cause I know me, like I'm tell you for sure, like when it comes to like biological relatives, like on that aspect, I mean, I got relatives in like all different universes, since like when it comes to a biological tree, it's like it's just everlasting. It just keeps counting and counting and stuff like that. But that's like a whole separate video for that stuff, because I already made a topic on that. But
oh, okay.
man, this shit though, man, it's interesting too, because before I came on this stereo, I was going hard. I was going hard on the the fraternities of the draconians, and how they keep their little students in line to obey the indoctrinations. And if you don't obey the indoctrinations, there'll be some repercussions towards them. And it's like, man, I'm glad I did not go to a 4-year university, because they would try to keep me silent from sharing true intelligence, like true love, true
Mm-hmm.
talent. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, though, man, like the way the slave owners can just shun us be so subliminal. Like it don't, like the way they shun us until it's like, well, let me tell you this, man. If you don't pay this on time, we can kick you out your beloved house. We can do that. But these be the same people who talk about therefore the citizens. Man, that's pretty two-faced to the max. The same people
Right.
who tell you to call 1-800 to donate to a certain country that's like, starving. The same slave owners who tell us, and I repeat, the same slave owners who tell us to donate to 1-800, whatever number it is, to a certain country that's starving, but will be the same people who will kick you out your own house if you don't pay something on time. That's why I'm talking. That's why I say the slave owner draconians are two-faced. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of narcissistic beings. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying that stuff for years, man. It's just the fact
Mhm.
that now I got more people to share this stuff with. You see? And it's just like,
Okay.
man, like I'm telling you, man, like this gonna be like a multiversal message too. So it's like, me and you, collaborating on this, and like, you know, sharing insights upon like these soulless beings, what they do is definitely gonna make an evolutionary you know, effect, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say for now on that part though, man. Like shit, what gems you got for the Cosmo team, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm learning. I'm listening to everything you're saying, and I'm taking it all in, and it's like it sounds like a lot, but yeah, it sounds like you have been doing your homework. So how can you tell that this is a soulless being?
Man, basically for all the reasons I just explained.
Right.
Cause you gotta be a so all the reasons I just explained, man. When everybody come back to the to live to chat, man, they're gonna be like, yeah, this is like all the signs of the soulless
Mm-hmm.
being. So it's like, you know,
Okay.
when they probably like when they probably go somewhere, or they might see something online, or see like a specific soulless agenda that the slave owners promote, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They gonna look back at this chat and be like, you know, he just explained every single detail what the soulless slave owners are like, you know. I mean,
Okay.
it's basically all the reasons, man. You know, and the slave owner draconians, they're basically, you know, they basically come from the matrix, the empty vibrational realm. So their
Mm-hmm.
ancestors always wanted to try to control things, you know, try to like, you know, try to give like false identities that's been going on for so long, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's like when it came to the spirituality thing, man, like shit, like bro, like I'm telling y'all, man, like when it comes to it, man, these draconian slave owners, especially in these indoctrinated schools, they have programmed a lot of these human extraterrestrials to be calling themselves something that's not even their identity. You know, and what I mean by that is like, especially when you got Caucasoid breed humans, you know, they got them calling themselves like white people or whatever. And then they got, you know, the mahogany breeded humans, which is
Right.
like they got them calling themselves black people and stuff like that. And the darkest mahogany individual is probably like the color of a blueberry, you know, in certain countries. But
Mm-hmm.
but still, like that's the color of a damn berry. It's not even black, you know. But I mean, damn, me on the other hand, like, you know, I'm a copper skinned mahogany being, like I'm the color of bronze, you know, because if y'all anybody who studied anything about the different copper skinned aliens, especially when they seen pictures of the orishas, a lot of them was like the color of bronze. It was like copper skin,
Right.
like, and it's like, you know, Beyonce, for example, before she got cloned, you know what I'm saying? She claimed that she used to ride with Oshun and stuff like that. You know, she rode with that particular alien extraterrestrial. But then like, you know, she kind of sold out. And but the thing is, Beyonce, she was like basically using, a lot of the soulful beings ancestors as a, as a fad to like gain more fans and things like that too, because a lot of the soulless slave owner industries, what they would do, they'll like to use certain spiritualities. They'll basically use any form of ancestors to gain the attraction of the masses, and then try to flip some stuff around and try to, water it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why Oshun left Beyonce, because Beyonce was already a part of she was already a part of the Draconian family, because she was like born into it. So it was gonna be easy for her to be a celebrity, because these celebrities be handpicked and stuff like that.
So you think Oshun is not with Beyonce no more?
Nah, because the thing is, like, like when it comes to like certain like ancient alien species, like the Orishas, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to like only rock with individuals who never sold out to, the slave owners. Or it might be a celebrity, to indoctrinate the masses, or be a part of fraternity, be a part of, any
Hmm.
form of, so-called secret society, soulless organization, that's basically destroying multiverses. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's pretty much some real deep gems right there, man. Like I could tell you this for sure. Even you yourself, you are a living ancestor, like which is what we call like living legends. You know what I'm saying? Like a person who basically is like, a chosen one. Like they're pretty much like divine. They're very original. Like it
Right.
like they have something that stands out about themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes somebody like a living legend. They don't really fit in, like, they really have their own style, where it might be personality, something that makes them unique. So you are a living legend, aka an ancestor, or what
Right.
I call, you know what I'm saying? And this is interesting too. That's the reason why they created the Ankh way back in ancient eras, like, because the Ankh is basically like the opposite. It's basically like the polar opposite of the Ku Klux Klan, cross.
Hmm.
And like, the Ankh represents like life and everything, because like the top part of the Ankh, it represents like the woman's womb, and like the other is like the man at the bottom, so,
Hmm.
and that's why they got the Ankh cross and everything. So like, what I call a lot of the soul family, the god stars and the goddesses of the ancient multiverses, I call them the Ancestors, which is spelled Anchestar. So I call them the Ancestors of the ancient multiverses. And it's like, man, like, I mean, when a lot of soul family, it's kind of like this, man. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like being fishes in a whole ocean, and you have a one big shark. So when a lot of soul family just team up together and just be able to, like, form much bigger than the shark, they can overtake that shark. And that shark is basically the draconian slave owners who indoctrinate the masses. You see what I'm saying? And the soul families are like the bunch of, like, school of fishes, because the sharks, they try to, like, prey on school of fishes and things like that. So when a lot of the school of fishes team up, they can overtake that shark, which means a lot of the soul family, when they link up physically and everything from all the multiverses, they can overtake these Deram alien slave owners who, indoctrinate the masses with this so-called, narcissistic, false collective programmings to try to, like, keep, the ancient multiverses unstable with its little sociopath and psychopath soulless organic portal matrix, you know?
Hmm.
And that's pretty much what I have to say on it.
Okay, well, you got 30 minutes. You had 30 minutes, and that was very informative. Thank you so much. I will be checking on these notes. You definitely gave me a lot to listen to.
Indeed, man. Like, shit, it's much appreciated and honor for you to coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Yeah,
it was that divine, moment to be
definitely.
like always stay ready. You gotta get ready.
Right, right, right. I hear you. I hear you with that one. Well, thank you so much. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Much
All
bliss and
right.
prosperity. Good
Yes,
night.
you too. Good night.